Hey guys, we're on site today with Hayden Killam, owner of Black Thumb Contracting. We're actually going to be touring his home that's being built right now, which you'll be seeing as we go through. Now he's an award-winning builder out of Vancouver. He's building all sorts of stuff from luxury, high-end custom homes, but this is actually his personal home built with Linwood.
Welcome to Gambier Island. This is our family property. It's been in the family for over 80 years, and as we walk through, we'll work our way up to our build site. Well, basically we chose this location for being up on the bluff. Yeah, it's an old family property. It's been in the family for well over 80 years. We've been very fortunate that my wife and I, have been able to have the opportunity to build on our own family property and hand it on to the next generations to come.
Yeah, so building obviously on an island, remote island, no power, certain challenges that come with that. So how did you kind of go about it?
It's definitely been challenging, but also exciting all at the same time. And then it's just the logistics of even getting materials over here. It's got to be very well organized, very well planned. Yeah, we put a lot of planning into it and coordination. And so we lined up a barge in Horseshoe Bay and helicopters in Seashell. I went over to Horseshoe Bay, first light, made sure the barge got loaded, zipped back here, got a couple guys orientated on site, and 2 hours later, helicopters flying over, barge is right below our site, and we did 55 helicopter drops in 4.5 hours. Wow. And you can see that they were landed in the perfect location. We chose this design mainly because of the views. Taking this project on top of being on family property, was a definite gift. My wife and I, and we have our 2 huskies, and this is their playground. They're in heaven here, and so are we when we come here. Yeah. Like, to us, this isn't work. Yeah. Like, this is heaven. If you're tired, pull up a chair, look out the window, you recharge pretty quick.
People place homes wrong frequently.
Yes.
What are they doing wrong, or what do they need to look for?
Well, it's learning the land. A lot of people, they buy a property, first thing is we gotta get a building permit, rush. But if you don't know the property, you don't know how the seasons are, and depending on what seasons of the year you're planning on targeting to use the place, it's almost better to hold out a little bit and learn the property.
So then this tree, this is going in the house, yeah?
Yes, this was a tree we had no choice but to take down. So we're gonna do an Alaskan mill on site with a 5-foot bar and make this all into live edge slabs, all 3 of these timbers. In the future, they'll be put into the cabin as countertops, dining room table, fireplace mantles, stair treads, whatever we can use with the product.
So when you say Alaskan mill, that's a big chainsaw, yeah?
It's the biggest chainsaw you can get. Definitely worth it in the end, and it's nice to put it back in the house. And then we're gonna be doing solid engineered oak flooring throughout. The ceilings and all exterior walls will be all tongue and groove cedar to give that real kind of cabin, kind of nice rustic feel. It's building a dream that I can't believe is coming to reality. So it's pretty amazing. I'd previously built a Linwood home about 3-4 years ago. I loved the experience. Very easy to work with. And mainly for this job in particular, why I went with Linwood is I have a very busy lifestyle back in Vancouver. Jobs on the go every which way. To take on this island build, I sat down and thought, where am I gonna find the time? Don't have the time to do lumber takeoffs, get drawings done, all this stuff, where I knew with Linwood, They specialize in this. I knew that they'd do a whole package for me with very little from me. I could carry on with my day-to-day job. They were working on my project. And I also knew that the quality of the lumber is unbelievable with Linwood. The value is there, and knowing that this is a remote build, everything was being helicoptered in, and the thought of having a whole bunch of crappy lumber helicoptered in and now you can't use it was pretty terrifying. Right. And I knew with Linwood from my previous experiences that every piece of lumber you get is good lumber. Right. They sort it purposely for these remote builds. So really, after thinking about things, it was a no-brainer.
Why does good lumber make a big difference?
It's the straightness. Say I'm building in the city, I go to the lumber yard, I order a whole lift of lumber. That is now your lift of lumber. And you can open that lift of lumber on site in the city and 25% of it can be junk. Warped, twisted, cracked, it's all buried in the middle of a bundle. Where when you open up a Linwood bundle, it's already been sorted and they're all straight. Like my framers complimented on the joist system in this house. They even posted it on Instagram that they couldn't believe how straight the 2x10 joists were, that they had never framed a floor system with material that good. And they actually filmed it themselves because they were so impressed. And I said, that's a Linwood home. And a time saver. It was all organized, everything was labeled. It was just easy peasy. Looking back, I wouldn't have done it any other way. And it's an easy process, it's very painless. Yeah, it's just a good, well-run company. I've had nothing but good things to say about Linwood. So, yeah. Building a custom home can be very stressful. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of decisions to make, where at least Linwood can lessen that confusion to get that initial shell to lock up done. Very simple process with Linwood. Yeah, it's pretty much a no-brainer, especially in these situations. Like, oh my gosh, it's a lot can go wrong. A lot.
Hayden, thank you so much for showing us around the site, for giving us some insights, some pro tips along the way.
Oh, no, thank you guys, and thanks for making it an enjoyable process. Look forward to the next one.
If you've got any questions about this video or building your own custom home, feel free to shoot us a message or comment below. And also make sure to check out Hayden's projects at blackthumbcontracting.com or Black Thumb Contracting on Instagram. Thanks, guys.